thanking Startup Lanes for giving this wonderful platform for people to come together and connect, as well as thank Asha for being the host and so well allowing us to all connect together. So there have been some great talks till now. I've already introduced myself, so I'm just give a brief background. I'm currently running an education consultancy for over a decade. I'm an alumnus of St. Xavier's IIT Chennai, and after that I went off and studied at Cornell University. So the company that I currently run is EduAIMS. We have an office in Kolkata, in Delhi, and one in the UAE, and we do pan India, working with students or working professionals in career counseling and abroad admissions. So about a year ago, of course, there was a pandemic, and like people are mentioning, as the previous speaker also mentioned about being agile, all companies needed to sort of reshift their priorities and sort of understand how they could revamp what their process or services are and cater to the changing market. So when I was thinking about the topic to talk about, I did realize, obviously I will not be able to teach you about your business, but there is something that I've learned quite well, in fact, over the past phase of the pandemic. And that's using the power of, you could say, the social media to gain not exactly leads but high quality clients overall. So because see, we were a physical center having exact offices, and the pandemic sort of hit us really bad in terms of closing down centers. And there was a phase when we felt that things might actually have to be downsized, but in retrospect it was something that allowed us to gain and overcome any problems and gain a much more traction. uh, so I want to just keep it simple, talk about how you can get some online outreach, uh, and just so that you have simple takeaways and not give too much of gyan or anything of that sort. So the first thing that I would want to say is that all of us need to get our basics right. They've come for a networking session. Yeah, I've noticed that a lot of people have had their camera off, for example, from the start, and probably will do so till the end. I mean, it's completely fine. It's a preference, but as a feedback, if you can have a face on at least at some times, it's just more easier to connect with. Uh, Probably think about renaming yourself, or somebody who had a name with a particular number over there. Maybe put in your company name. The point is visibility is important, and getting your basics right is extremely important. We are all, of course, here to understand about each other's startups and businesses, and we want to give each other visibility. So when we're introducing ourselves, of course the other person is listening, but getting the basics right in terms of making sure that the visibility comes across is extremely important. Something else that I'll probably want to stress on is the importance of identifying the audience and the feasibility of whatever's being offered, in taking the time to test things. So this is extremely important. I've seen so many startups around me also not able to identify who they're actually putting it across, because people sort of tend to get in love with their ideas. And it's important to take a step back, think about whether what you're working on is a good idea. uh, I know of a startup that had tried to integrate super tech into home appliances, in terms of the just saying voice commands and having different appliances in the home run. But then again, there weren't really customers for that, given the price point and all that it ultimately went out to. So it was a wonderful idea. I think it was much ahead of its times. So but it's important to just take a step back and understand whether the product that you're having, the service that you're having, is something that can be actually adopted by an audience. And when I say audience, then you have to identify that audience. It is, in my case, for example, it's young students or it's young professionals looking to upskill and pursue higher education. So making a sample profile of your audience, understanding how to target your audience, is extremely important, and seeing whether ultimately your audience is going to adapt your use. There was the first speaker who spoke about having high margins on profitability margins. So again, it all depends on what kind of a product you have, what kind of a service you have. And I think that question can be answered by identifying your audience correctly. Third thing I think is consistency. The most important thing is to simply show up every day and do what's required. This is much more difficult than it seems. Because the stress is on the word every day. And somebody might, let's say we have this thing that we'll go okay online and we'll post a particular piece of wonderful information, or we'll make an influencer video, or we'll do 5 cold calls in a day. But we do this 1 day, we do this 2 days, we do this 5 days, but this isn't done consistently. And showing up every day, being able to project and simply do what's important, I think is extremely fruitful in the long run. So consistency is something that is important. I've read this book recently called Atomic Habits. So if somebody has difficulty in changing their habits, making themselves move into a mode of I would say integrating productivity into their lives, I would highly recommend it as well. uh, One more point I would want to make is that you should keep your product or your services visible. For example, improve your listings online, revamp your social media profiles, keep in mind what you want to sell, but also remember that if you're a new company, then people are not really coming to you because of your brand. Or if a new startup, for example, you're not getting clients because they believe in your particular brand. People would go to an Apple and they would go to a Reliance. If there's just a brand. I mean, if Apple suddenly started selling air conditioners tomorrow, I'm sure a lot of us would buy it. We wouldn't have too much of difficulty in that. But in a startup's case, I've seen what really sort of gets people attracted to you is your story, is your background, is the founder's story, is the team's story. And that's why it's important to, wherever you go, talk about your story, talk about your brand. Again, introduction wise, I've seen a lot of people here talk about what category they're in, or sort of say that I'm having this kind of a company or that kind of a company. I think a little bit of background in terms of the individual story would also do great, but that's of course my opinion. And to add on to that, of course, when you're talking about your background and your story, then you must keep it genuine as well. Showcase your success, of course, flaunt, don't be shy. I mean, I'm happy with my success stories, I'm sure everybody is, but this goes with the fact that you must also keep it genuine. Customers are smart, customers are well aware at this stage, and I've seen a lot of startups try to, with social pressure and with the pressure of sort of shooting up, or maybe impressing other customers or investors, sort of lie, to put it in a crude way. So it becomes evident to the customer, and I've seen too many people doing this because of social pressure. So it's important to just relax and probably get your word out there, get as much visibility as possible. And I mean, that's some of the points that I wanted to share. I don't really have sort of a fixed agenda, just a few basic points which I feel could do everybody good if they make the attempt to incorporate this into their style of functioning into a startup. That's all. I again would like to thank Startup Lanes for organizing this wonderful event, wonderful networking, as well as founders meet. And it's been great meeting all of you all. And I wish everybody the best of luck. Thank you.